15 unbeaten, 11 wins, 11 clean sheets, 38 goals, 3 goals tonight, 3 points in the bag. Manchester United closed the gap on Leicester and Chelsea once again in the race for top 4. Today is your match review of Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. Yes, guys, Man United have got another win on the board. As I said in my preview, must-win game. And we've done it. We are a very, very professional and at times brilliant performance. We went with the same team as I suggested, same team against Sheffield United as we did tonight against Brighton. And we put in a very, very similar performance. Very, very good performance from start to finish, from back to front. Now, of course, yes, Brighton are going to create a few chances. They're Premier League side after all. They're going to create a few chances. And they created a few after we were 3-0 up. Nothing to really worry about. And David De Gea was back to somewhat near his best today with 2 great saves. One from, I think it was Connolly. And I can't remember, I think it was Trossard on the other side. I tipped one over the bar and then tipped one round the post. So he did his job. Compared to when he last played in the Premier League against Sheffield United, he had nothing to do. And of course, the first game back, he made that error to allow Spurs to score. So hopefully, this is the start of a recovery for David De Gea, because his position is under threat, and it should be. Solskjaer spoke about in his press conference about our strikers, and basically none of them should be able to rest easy. You know, when he was at Man United, new strikers were brought in all the time. You know, the likes of Dwight York, Van Nistelrooy, Teddy Sheringham. They were all brought in whilst Solskjaer was there, and they had to fight for their place. And that's what it means by playing for a top club. So David Gea must fight for his place like everyone else. And he put in a very, very good performance today. No errors, did his job brilliantly. From back to front, as I said, Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka on those overlapping runs today, they really got forward. They went past their inside forwards in Rashford on the left and Mason Greenwood on the right. Both of them involved in goals. Shaw involved in the second goal. Yes, Bruno Fernandes' goal. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka involved in the first goal. So no qualms with them today. And we see the difference when our fullbacks get forward and create an overload where the opposition fullbacks and defenders have to think twice. Do I go with the runner? Do I stay on the man with the ball? And it gives space for the inside forwards to do their job. And you look at Greenwood for that first goal. Greenwood, as he likes to do, cut inside on his left foot. I was going to say his favoured left foot. I mean, he likes them both. But I think he may just favour his left foot. And he did his little, you know, shimmy. Might have been throwing a step over in there, and boom, snapshot as he does in the near post. Matt Ryan, no charts, 1-0. And before that, Bruno Fernandes hit the post. We started the game very, very well, and I just felt it was important that we get an early goal, because the longer it's 0-0, the harder it's going to take to break Brighton down. So we got that early goal and really allowed us to settle into the game. The 2 centre-backs, Maguire and Lindelof, they did their job brilliantly. A couple of times a player may have run in behind, but the ball might have been over here, or we had Matic covering as well. And Matic, what another masterclass in that defensive midfield position behind Pogba, or maybe alongside Pogba to be fair, and behind Bruno Fernandes. He was just cleaning up everything and spraying passes left, right and centre. It was actually his brilliant volley pass down to Mason Greenwood on the left in the second half, which set up Bruno Fernandes' second goal, chipped across to the back post and on the volley, past Matt Ryan, 3-0, game over. And in between all of that was Bruno Fernandes himself. He got his first goal, where work down from Shaw on the left-hand side, ball got crossed in, came to Pogba on the edge of the area, passed it to Bruno Fernandes. His shot was deflected, and 2-0 before half time. And at that point, I was like, that should be 3 points in the bag. We just need to get the third goal, completely finish the game, wrap it up, and make some substitutions. Ollie was able to do that, made 3 substitutions at the 60-minute mark. Took off Bruno, Pogba and Luke Shaw, two of those who played against Norwich, started against Norwich, I was saying Luke Shaw and Bruno. So that's a much deserved and much needed rest for the both of them as we play Bournemouth on the weekend, Saturday kickoff. So yeah, good performance from both of them. Pogba just did what Pogba does. Wasn't nothing spectacular, but he just did what Pogba does. And you know them. What's so important? What we're seeing in these 3-4 games. I would say the 3 games, but having goals from the midfield, having other players around that can contribute, whether it's Matic spraying the ball around at the back, keeping it ticking over, or Bruno getting goals and making dangerous passes in front. It's not all down to Pogba to do everything, and that's been an issue where everyone wants Pogba to do everything, Pogba to go back and defend and get the ball and drive forward in every game, because he does it from time to time, but he can't do it all game, 90 minutes every game. So we need players for the different roles, and Pogba, with those two players either side of or in front and behind him, he's able to just be in the middle of the park and do what he does and tick the ball over and spray passes and make some late runs to the edge of the area, and as it was, get involved in the build up for the second goal, Bruno's first goal. So yeah, brilliant performance from everyone. Greenwood, as I said, yeah, he got his goal and got an assist. So happy for him. Happy that he started again. Daniel James was on the bench this time. Of course, he wasn't in the squad for the Norwich game in the FA Cup. I think he must have had maybe a knock or something like that. And then Rashford and Martial. And I mean, 3-0, and your strikers, I'm not going to say didn't contribute, but didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist between them. For me, that's good. I'm happy that we were able to win the game 3-0, and our main goal scorers, the 2 main goal scorers, weren't really involved in those 3 goals and any other goals on the night. So Martial, we know he's on the back of a hat-trick. Rashford is coming back from 6 months off. He still looks a bit rusty, but they both got into decent positions at times, and things just weren't necessarily falling for them, or they weren't able to create in the way that they were in the last Premier League game against Sheffield United. But that's fine, as I said, because in the past, if Rashford didn't do it, or if Martial didn't do it, the game we end up drawing or losing. We were just relying on those 2, or if anyone was injured, that one to do the job. This season we had Pogba out for the most of the season. Martial's been out for 8 weeks near the beginning, and Rashford was carrying, and then Rashford got injured in January, and Martial had to kind of carry on until we got Bruno Fernandes. And it's like we just had bits and pieces all season, player here, player there, couple players here, couple players there. Now it's all coming together. That front 5 is striking fair into the opposition. Obviously the strikers and Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, they're looking at it like, that's a mean front line. It got pace, it's got technique, it's got goals, it's got passing, it's got everything you need for a front line. So yeah, Martial, Rashford, I mean, 6, 7 out of 10, maybe. They weren't great, but they didn't have to be. They shouldn't have to be every single game. Not only have they been carrying us at stages this season, they're also still not in their prime. So you expect that they're going to have a game here when they're off and a game there when they're off. So, we need everyone to contribute. And thankfully, today, everybody contributed. And we got the 3 points that we, I said, desperately needed. Every game from here on in is a desperate 3 points. So massive win, massive 3 points. And we go to Bournemouth on the weekend in a game that I am confident. I say go to Bournemouth. Bournemouth come to us at Old Trafford. I am confident we will get another win there and keep pressing towards top 4. Ollie must be proud of the boys tonight. Manchester United, we are the fans. We are proud of them tonight. And it's not been often enough that we've heard it, but it's 15 games unbeaten, 11 clean sheets. We've got solidity at the back. We've got goals at the front. And we've got some maestros in midfield. I could give the man the match to Matic. I could give it to Bruno. Both of them would have richly deserved it today. But you know what? It's Greenwood season, baby. It's Greenwood season. Mason Greenwood, you are my man of the match. Opening goal, assist for the 3rd. And you're just going from strength to strength. So it's 3-0 to Man United. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And we keep marching towards that top 4.